Good morning to everybody. Good morning. It's been a while. Good morning. I will wait for some people to jump in here so we can start. Wait for some people to jump in here on the live feed so we can start. Hopefully, we will get some people right here. First and foremost, before I say hi to everybody, I'm doing the live feeds every day in the morning at YouTube. I'm not doing Facebook due to the censorship that is occurring. So I'm doing live feeds every day in the morning due to censorship at Facebook. I'm doing them on YouTube. So later on this afternoon, I will be doing my normal live feed at YouTube. We were having problems, I think, with the platform. So I must apologize to the YouTube followers. But I will be doing, hopefully, YouTube will restart and we can go ahead and do it in the evening, probably in the evening. God bless everybody that is watching. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice News. How's everybody doing? God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for another day, for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a heart that we can feel, a mind that we can think, and eyes that we can see. God bless every single one of you. Thank you for being with me this morning. I went to bed last night a little bit late, listening to what is going on around the world. I listened to 3 journalists, and one of them is in Colombia. And all 3 of them with a vast experience. And all 3 of them with humongous experience in journalism have analyzed that they can feel the drums of war coming. This, not only what is happening in the United States of America, but this, people, is because yesterday, Xi Jinping, the leader of China, called his military infantry to start doing military drills and to start preparing. This is a serious statement by the leader of China, Xi Jinping. This morning, everybody in the world knows, as the leader of China, again, Xi Jinping, told in his statement, he said this: and let all know, and let everyone know, and let all know that the Chinese military and the infantry, they are practicing and they are ready. This is an absolute threat directly to not only the world, but specifically, it's an absolute threat to the country of the United States of America. It is a direct threat to the country of the United States of America. This has turned up into a really desperate and, in a way, desperate, but it has turned the tables around into what China is pretending to say to the world as a fear tactic and also as a threat to the world. To the world. This is amazing. Xi Jinping, the communist leader of China, has woke up and said, you know what? This is it. This is it. We are going to put the infantry to work. and we are going to release a statement that Chinese military, it is ready. And in his statement, he says, let everyone know and let all know that the Communist Party of China and the Chinese military are ready. Amazing. Amazing. We have known for the past months that China is doing military drills in the Chinese Sea. That immediately when China was doing military drills in the Chinese Sea in the past months, immediately North Korea started doing military drills in North Korea. That ultimately ricocheted to a fear threat to South Korea. Then South Korea started doing military drills. Then after that, Japan started doing military drills, which led the European Union to think that something was going to happen. So they started, Germany, France, and Spain started, feeling that something was going to happen. So they started protecting themselves to doing military drills also, which ultimately led to the United States of America to be doing military drills also in the sea. This has led to the desperation of Xi Jinping, the leader of China, today waking up and saying, let all know and let everybody know that our infantry unit, it is ready. Wow. Wow, wow, and wow, people. It is absolutely not scary, but in a way is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Why? Because it led to desperation due to the fact that the United States of America has exposed enormously the Communist Party of China. Not only that, Mike Pompeo and William Barr have exposed China, and they need to be held accountable for what they did to the world. Not only that, they're not letting China get away with the 5G technology and the company Huawei to enter other continents and other countries. Like Taiwan has said no China. Like Indonesia has said no to China. Like the UK, absolutely an ally of the United States of America, has said no to China. The European Union has allied with the United States of America and has says no to China. Like Japan has said no to China. This, in an absolute desperation, Xi Jinping comes out, gets his military drills, and gets his military infantry ready, and tells the world, let all know, and let everybody know that we are ready. And during the week at YouTube, as I'm doing my normal live feeds at 7:15, like I'm doing right now at YouTube, I said something to everybody. You, United States citizens, that you live in the United States of America, the people that live in the United States of America, do you feel secure in your country right now? As there's another, potential civil war inside of the United States of America happening right now. That is the automatic destruction of sovereignty and also of the Constitution with these radical leftist groups as it is Black Lives Matter and Antifa. It is amazing what is happening inside of the United States of America. It is amazing. The automatic destruction of sovereign nations and also of the Constitution. And I asked the American public, do you feel secure in your own country? And they said, the majority said, no. These communist system, as the Communist Party of China it is, this communist system, what it does is to create chaos. And even if you read Karl Marx,
One of the strategies of a communist system is to create chaos due to confrontation. What has been happening in the United States of America? It has been all confrontation every day. All in all confrontation every day. And it is a strategy by the communist system to have control of the people, to have control of the state, to have control of everything. What is coronavirus doing to the world? It is causing illness. It is causing desperation. It is causing confrontation between countries to blame and to say. This is a communist tactic. It is a strategy not only by the Communist Party of China, but ultimately by the elite. And also inside of the United States of America by the Democratic Party. It is an absolute strategy. Confrontation. That is what communism does. It brings you down to your knees to make you feel poor, to make you feel a victim, to make you feel in need. That is absolutely what communism does. And now, inside of the United States of America, a war is happening, a racial war. It is occurring. That is causing division. That is causing controversy, and due to the fact of confrontation. Karl Marx, in his 10 steps to communism or to socialism, he says this: the only way for us to take back the power of the state is due to confrontation. Is one of the steps, people. One of the steps to have control of the state. Look what is happening in Venezuela. Confrontation. What happened in Nicaragua with Daniel Ortega? Daniel Ortega, something like that. Confrontation. What happened in Cuba? What's happening in Argentina? What's happening with Bolsonaro in Brazil? What's happening in Spain? What's happening in Germany with Angela Merkel? What's happening in France with Emmanuel Macron? Confrontation. We have to understand what is happening right now. And what Xi Jinping, the leader of China, did today, it's an act of threat not only to the world, but directly to the United States of America, as they are a communist system and as they are a communist party that leads their country. Confrontation, it is an act of war to take over your freedom, to take over your liberty, to take over your power, to take over your economy, to take over everything that you have. It is a strategy. And Xi Jinping knows exactly, following Karl Marx, steps 1 to the T. It is amazing what is happening. Amazing. They're trying to take over your freedom. They're trying to take over your liberty. They're trying to take over your soul. They're trying to take over, as I said in the last video, they're trying to make us look, they're trying to take away our human side. That's what they're trying to let us know. To not feel, to not love, to not touch, to not be productive, to not reproduce as human beings. They're trying to take over that, to make us feel the necessity for only material things in the world, which are electricity, which are water, which are clothing, which are a car, which are gasoline. Taking away all the important things that is life, that is your freedom, that is love, that is touch, that is feeling. All of the things that you were born free, that God gave you those things, they're trying to take that away from you to make you feel poor, to make you feel a victim. And then when you feel poor and when you feel a victim, you will have a necessity for material things. what is happening in Venezuela, how the people are suffering for water. Need. They don't care about themselves anymore. They only care about the need. Water. The kids cannot go to school because they don't have enough electricity. Another thing that you need. People look horrible because they are suffering of food. Another thing you need. So they're taking away all of that for you to become poor, for you to become less, for you to be in a class. There's only a 1% in communism that is called the 1% royalty, and it is all the population. And that is what they're trying to do to the world. And that is what today Xi Jinping, the leader of China, made a complete viral statement saying his infantry, it is ready and it is locked and loaded, and they are doing military drills, and let all know and let everybody know that they are ready. Amazing. Look what is happening in North Korea. Also, another humongous news that is occurring in North Korea. Look what the communist system does to a country. North Korea right now, it is suffering, and their communist dictator Kim Jong yesterday also made a statement saying this to all the teachers. To all the teachers, look what the teachers are doing now in North Korea. He said to all the teachers, please leave your schools and go to farm. You farm your own food. And he apologized for the first time that nobody ever thought that this communist dictator by the name of Kim Jong of North Korea, nobody ever thought that he had a heart. And he apologized to his North Korean people, saying, I'm sorry for the poverty. I'm sorry for food. I'm sorry that we don't have enough electricity. I'm sorry that we don't have enough water. And this, people, led to all of us understand that a communist system does not work. Teachers are farming instead of teaching in North Korea. Amazing. And this is what your demonic and evil political party of the Democrats want to bring into your country. Wow. Wow. It is amazing what the communist parties of the world, there is a lot of confrontation right now. Do you remember months ago that I told you Iran and Iraq got together and they released a threat to the United States of America saying, we will get retaliation for the assassination of Qasem Soleimani? Do you remember that? Do you remember that nobody's putting attention to what William Barr has said about Russia filtering guns to Iran and Iraq? And Iran and Iraq filtering guns to Hamas and Hezbollah? Nobody's doing anything about it? Do you remember? And whoever is in here in this live feed and doesn't like it, and you want to go watch CNN where you feel comfortable with all the lies, and MSNBC and ABC News and Telemundo and Univision, go ahead, pack your bags and go. Do you guys remember? When I told you that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, went 2 times to the podium of the United Nations and told exactly where was the location of Lebanon and where Hamas and Hezbollah were hiding artillery, and nobody did anything about it? Do you guys remember when it was the peaceful treaty with the United Arab Emirates, Israel, and Bahrain in the United States of America in the White House, and they were signing the peaceful treaty. And at that particular moment, Hamas and Hezbollah were attacking the borders of Israel. Do you guys remember that? Confrontation is the number one tactic for all these demonic and evil people. Confrontation. Confrontation. Xi Jinping, what he wants today in the morning is to confront. He has no external solution for his complete dominance that he wants of the world. He has been, blocked around him for every entrance to control the world with this communist system. George Soros supports the Communist Party of China. What is going on in the Chinese Sea is getting revealed around the world. It is the place where the trade deal, it is enormous, 3.7 trillion of trade. And nobody's doing anything about it. Now, Xi Jinping releases a statement saying, we are ready. And North Korea is suffering right now, as Kim Jong just said to his people, I'm sorry if the teachers have to farm instead of teaching. Wow. Amazing. This has another situation that is happening that Mike Pompeo has released. That's my guy, by the way. That's my dude, Mike Pompeo. Mike Pompeo has released a statement that the United States government is going after every regime that is a threat to the United States of America. And the regimes that they are against the United States of America, he signals them enormously and straight to the face. He says, we're going after the regimes that they are trying to destroy America, like the regime of Cuba, what they're, the last people of Castro that they are left. We are going the regime directly of Venezuela, directly to Nicolás Maduro. As you guys already know, that the government of the United States of America has put a bounty on Nicolás Maduro's head for $15 million. And also, he's going after the regime of Nicaragua with Noriega. They're going after every regime that they are a threat to the United States of America. Why they are releasing these statements on the last month of the election of 2020? There's two reasons why. One, whether they are affecting the election and they want to affect the election. Remember what just happened in the airport of Chicago not too long ago, months ago, where more than 20,000 IDs were captured in the airport of Chicago, that they were fake IDs that they were sent by Iran and China. Remember that. So if Mike Pompeo is saying we're going after these regimes, that they are the Cuban regime, they are the Nicaragua regime, and they are the Venezuela regime, they know that they have something that they are getting involved with the election. Number two reason why they're going after them, they already have a planification for 2021. That's it. They're trying to eliminate all these radical groups that they're contaminating their countries like they are trying to eliminate Nicolás Maduro. That Nicolás Maduro is making his people suffer. As I always said, Venezuela was the number before, the socialist dictatorship came into Venezuela. Venezuela was number 3 in Latin America for most richest country in Latin America. Now is the number 3, also going to number 2 for the most poorest country in Latin America. Imagine how the change. Oh my God, I don't even imagine being over here to being I don't even imagine being a citizen of Venezuela. God bless those people and release Venezuela. If Mike Pompeo is going after these regimes, now more than ever, on the last months of 2020, there's a reason why, people. He could have gone after them since 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. He's going after them right now in 2020. And it is because they have an influence and they have an enormous impact. Remember that regarding the caravans, inside of the caravans, they have discovered Cuban intelligence. The Department of Homeland Security has discovered Cuban intelligence and Chavez intelligence. Chavistas from Hugo Chavez, the dictator from Venezuela that passed away. They have discovered in the caravans Cuban intelligence and Chavistas, which leads to understand that they are infiltrating themselves inside of your country. And a lot of them are causing this disruption in your country, this division, this ideology on your youth, on your younghood, on the United States of America, to make them believe that communism is the solution for your country. Crazy. Crazy, but not crazy. Crazy, but not crazy. This is one of the reasons why Mike Pompeo is going after the regimes. That's my guy, man. He doesn't, man, he's not afraid. Mike Pompeo is not afraid of nobody. And he will go after you. And he will get you. It's amazing what is happening. Also, in another international news, what is going on in France? What is going on in France, it is absolutely catastrophic. And remember what I told you? That months ago, I told you that between the months of September and November, there was going to be another peak of COVID. Magically, the elite and the World Health Organization and the United Nations were going to put a magic stick to say, between September and November, another peak, please. And what is happening in Paris, France? Watch out, United States. Watch out, because it's coming. Because it's coming. What is happening in Paris, France? In Paris specifically, 29,000 people have been registered to be infected in less than 24 hours on Saturday. Whew! 29,000 registered people to be infected on Saturday because the bars open, because the beaches were open, because everything was open. What does this lead you to understand? Now the European Union, it is concerned that this COVID is going to be spread again. And now Emmanuel Macron has declared Paris again on lockdown, which it ricochets to Spain. And you know what happened in Spain and how difficult it was in Spain for COVID. So now Spain, they are completely taken over by this situation, and they are strategically putting filters of inspection through every border of Spain, because if this spreads from France to Spain and to also towards it's a domino effect to Italy and all these countries. Remember what happened? Do you guys remember what happened? Again, the airlines, as I told you guys yesterday, are suffering right now. The micro companies are suffering too much. Delta Airlines and American Airlines, 30,000 jobs they have lost. Bank of America, 16 points of winnings down on their utilities. 16 points. And more than 30,000 jobs have been lost in Delta Airlines and American Airlines. And imagine, the Emirates Airlines, one of the most richest airlines in the world, that they're from the United Arab Emirates. Their economical, their cushion that they have, their savings, they're suffering also. So imagine how these other airlines are suffering. This lets me to understand that it's going to be a complete collapse of the economy for airlines in the year to come, 2021, and then on the end of this last months of 2020. If this continues to spread to France and to Paris, the airlines are going to be stopped into the United States of America again, and into Mexico again. And watch out for all the people that they're traveling right now from Paris to the United States of America. Nobody's putting attention to that. And that is what happened last time. A lot of people were traveling from Italy. In Tijuana, how COVID spread, it was because of a community from Italy traveled from Italy to Mexico. That is the number one reason why, how the virus was traveling to your country. From people coming from Europe to over here, to the West. And now that it's spreading in Paris, nobody's putting attention to that. 29,000 cases in less than 24 hours. You got to be kidding me with that. You have to be kidding me with that. It's an absolute joke. Now, there's two things about that. It can be considered as it can be considered as if it is a lie, and they're just trying to use a fear tactic for everybody to go on lockdown. Or it can be true. Whether it is a lie or whether it's truth, what they're trying to do is control the population. And it's exactly what is happening for mail-in ballots. Hijos de la chingada. My God, these elite and these Democrats and these leftist people, man. Holy cow, they're disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting. That is everything that they want. Everything that they want. As it is a fear tactic, what they're doing in the United States of America also. Hey, nobody's getting infected in the riots and in the lootings with Black Lives Matter, right? But in the rallies of Donald Trump, for God's sake, forbid that. No, my God, that is, oh my God. That is where they're going to get infected. But hold on a minute. In the riots in Minneapolis, what is happening in Chicago, in Michigan, in Texas, in LA, nobody's getting infected, right? I want to say hi to Eliab Gonzalez. This guy is a sensationalist, and you are an ignorant. And if you don't like it, you can get out. It's real easy. Who's a sensationalist? You that you have been watching me for the past 20 minutes, and you're saying right here, hooked on me, or you can go and watch somebody else. So who's the dumbass, really? I address you people immediately. I'm sorry, dude. And this is an absolute straightforward arrow in your face to the United States citizens. We need to understand, exercise your constitutional right, as I have said so. Exercise it. If you guys don't exercise your constitutional right, if you don't exercise your constitutional right, it is one step that you're giving the New World Order, the Agenda 2030, to all these elite and powerful people. You're giving them your freedom. Your freedom. If you're afraid to go out and vote, they are contaminating you now. They're keeping you in your home. And they're contaminating you for not to go out. And they are degrading the Constitution. They are watering down your amendments. little by little. And then from there, they're going to take away your guns, and they're going to take away your rights, and they're going to take your freedom of speech. Little by little, they're going to start doing that. You give them a little bit, and they will take. Oh, remember the saying in Mexico? There's a saying that is called "Les das la mano y te toman el brazo." You give them your hand, and they take away, and they take all your arm. That is what is happening with voting mailed-in ballots. That is exactly what is happening with mailed-in ballots. If you give them a chance, they will take away everything. This is not about only the corruption that is going to occur with mail-in ballots. This is not about the corruption about only mail-in ballots. This is about one of the steps that they're trying to implement in your country to take away your rights. This is one stepping stone for them, a huge stepping stone for them. What is going to happen later on? Defund the police, dismantle DHS, get rid of ICE, little by little, taking over every border, taking over no borders, no walls, no USA at all. Little by little, indoctrinating your children, indoctrinating your youth, taking away your constitution, taking away your constitutional rights. Little by little. Fear tactics. Remember what I just told you. One of the things of communism is fear tactics, chaos, confrontation. I create a group that confronts, that divides the country, and then later on, I give them fear for them to stay home and not to exercise their freedom of right. What is the group that they created? I push Black Lives Matter to divide, to riot. I paid Antifa to go and destroy and loot, to make people afraid. And then after that, they take away your rights. God bless you all. God bless you all. It was really beautiful talking to you guys on Facebook this morning. I haven't done a live feed this morning on YouTube. On Facebook, I'm sorry. I'm always live at YouTube. You can follow me at YouTube and subscribe to my channel at YouTube as Oscar at Blue. Subscribe to my channel as Oscar at Blue. Go over there and watch me on every morning. God bless every single one of you guys. You can follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, at his YouTube channel. And also you can follow me. And also you can follow him at his Facebook page as Real Anthony Agüero, Conservative Anthony. And also you can follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel as Oscar at Blue. Can become an exclusive member and receive exclusive content at Oscar Blue, and subscribe to my channel YouTube. And also you can follow my page as Oscar Blue at Facebook. Have a blessed day. Watch out. Let's read. Don't believe me. Go and investigate yourself. Go and investigate yourself and assure yourself of what is happening. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.